Logical operators. That's where, guys, last session we were discussing about the logical operators, but we have not completely discussed the logical operators, and we are going to see that logical operators today. So here we see these logical operators, okay, and we are going to see completed these logical operators, and then I will walk you through the homework as well. So let me open this. I already connected to SQL server, and let's see this. So logical operators. So now see here, guys, logical operators means we have not operator, and operator, or operator, and we are going to use these logical operators to combine multiple conditions, one condition or two conditions or three conditions or four conditions in the where clause. So see that now here example, condition 1 and operator, condition 2, or else condition 1 or operator, condition 2. So or else we can say that four conditions are there, and condition 1 and operator, condition 2 and operator, condition 3 or operator, condition 4. Something like that we can specify multiple conditions by using and operator or operator. So now we discussed this some of these SQLs in the beginning, right? And now let me walk you through that document. So now here it is that. So here we saw that now select star from EMP, select fname ecell address from employee table, where address equal to USA and address equal to UK. See now here this is a two conditions on the same column. When we are going to apply multiple conditions on the same column, there multiple means more than one column. That can be two conditions or three conditions or four conditions. When we are going to apply multiple conditions on the same column, always use or operator, don't use and operator. If you use and operator, what will happen? These conditions never get passed. For any record, for all the records, this condition will become fail, because for any employee, if we can take any of these one employee, take this any one employee, their address is either UK or USA, but not both. But here, as per the logic here, the SQL server is looking for the employees whose address is both USA and also UK. How it is possible? It is not possible, right? So that's why it is not going to display any of these records. You see, all these records are going to return false conditions. So this is empty set is here, and the select clause will show that empty only. So now here, this is what, guys, we were discussing this SQL query, but we have not discussed it. I do remember that. So we'll continue. So this one we are going to see that logical operators. Okay, guys. So now here the query is, the requirement is, write a query to display the employees whose address is USA and make sure their salary should be either 5,000 or 1,000. So here the problem is, here I wanted to display the employees address is USA and only from, and they should have salary 5,000 or 2,000, but their address should be equal to USA. So now here, as per this logic, so when we executed this SQL query, I am going to connecting to the database, guys. So now here you can change the connection here, click here, and you can select the database. This is what Crystal Spiders Institute 7_02. That is the database we are going to use that. So now here the requirement is, I want get the employees whose address is equal to USA, and make sure their salary is either 5,000 or 1,000. So now we return the SQL query like this, where address equal to USA and ESAL equal to 5,000 or ESAL equal to 1,000. So we'll understand whether this query is wrong or correct, but the intention of this requirement is different, and the SQL server is going to process the results for this SQL query is different. You see that now? Now see the above query, this is written wrong data. See that? I see that some of the employees from UK also. I should not see that UK, India also. Why? That is the problem. So it should not come UK, India, IND and all, but it is a display. So that is what we have got. So now I think, guys, I have to update these employees data. So every time you see that lot of employees are having same salaries. Let me quickly update this data. I already did this, guys, some time back, but somehow a lot of employees are having the same salaries, thousands. See that? Thousands. I hate these thousands. I want update. Let me quickly update this some of these employees. Where EID in yeah, let me update it. So I don't like these people should have okay. For these two employees I will set the salaries of 1500, and for other employees 36 I will leave salaries are 1000. 789 7.8 I will put 8000, and 1112 I will put 6000. Yeah, that is somewhat good, right? We have 3,4 little bit 1000, 3, whose employee ID 3 and 6. 3,6. I'm going to keep it 5,000. And also I need to update these employees numbers also, guys. You see that these employees employee IDs are not in sequence. 4 and 5 is missing over here, 14 is missing here, and 18, 19, 20, 21 is missing here. Yeah, some mistakes are there, so I will update all this. So otherwise it will be, I don't like to have these numbers like this. I hate to have like this. I want to update it. Yeah, I want to update it, guys. So 11 and 12. Okay, so we updated the salaries up to from here, and keep this one as it is. And now I am going to update from 26 to 31. So let me update this. 26 and 27. For 26 and 27 I will put a different salaries. That one is 9,500 or 9,100, something like that. Some random values, guys. I don't want to have the same values across all these. So 28 and 29 I'm going to update some different data. 28, 29 I'm going to set some different, let's say 16,200. 28, 29, and 30, 31 I will set up some different salaries. 30, 31 so 11,250. So 30, 31. Okay, I think this is enough, right? Yeah, this is enough. So now let me update these employee salaries. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me cut these statements. Yeah, I will give you these statements, guys. Okay, I will give you these statements. Just give me a minute. I am going to add these statements to my SQL. This is what we are using SQL queries to create all the tables, to have all the data, right? Dead end. Go back to the dead end this file. Complete dead end. Stop. Go back to the complete dead end. Here I will put this SQL, so that when I am going to execute this SQL file for any of this next SQL classes, so these queries also will be get affected. I am going to make sure this. And also I want change these employee IDs also, guys, because some of the employees IDs are missing. I hate this. So what I am going to do this now, I am going to update these employee IDs as well to have a sequence number. Okay, how did you add this? How did you do this? So just, guys, this is all will cover later. Okay, what is this query, sir? I didn't understand. We'll discuss all this later. Later I will talk, guys. Okay, don't worry. So we have sessions, guys. There we can write this type of queries. And we'll see that later. How do we update this data? Okay. Okay. So now I got this data now. So now you see this, guys. Now I can see that sequence here. What is the sequence looks like? It is there, but it is not showing up. It has to show the name by that. This is not showing up in a name wise. Okay, yes, but anyway, so now I can use order by class to see this data in order, but there is no kind of missing. But we don't have row ID field, guys. This is MS SQL. We don't have row ID field. So now I can see the data. When I am going to see that in order by class, I can see all my people and their data. Okay. Okay, this is fine. I think this is okay. So let me add this query also the SQL list, so that I will have right data. Okay, guys. Okay, yeah. Let me close. Okay, let me give you. I will give you these SQLs, guys. You can also run these SQL queries in your SQL in this database, so that you will have the same salaries. Some change in the salaries, different salaries. Okay, this is fine. So now here, then let's go back to our actual discussion. So here I want to display the employees whose address is equal to USA and salary is either 5,000 or 1,000. So if you execute this one, you see that we are seeing some of the employees from India also. So why, sir? Why we are seeing from India? I wanted to display only the people from USA. I don't want to display from India. And from USA, not all the people from USA, only the people whose salary is either one of these values. But here, why this SQL query is displaying this? Because the way it is understanding this query is completely different. We are going to see that now. Okay, how this is understanding this SQL query now. We can see that, and then let me close this files, guys. Okay. So now see here, guys. This is what the same query we have used, and this is a sample data, guys. In this Excel sheet, I am going to always using sample data. Okay, don't compare these Excel results. The results in this Excel sheet and the result in a database is completely different, guys, because we are using in this Excel sheet very sample data. So now here, what is that PLP in this SQL query? From class, where class, and then select class. That means first from class will process, and then where class, and then select class. So from class, take the data from employee table and give this data to the next class. What is the next class here? Where class. What where class will do? It will go to each and every record and apply this condition. Go to each and every record and apply this condition. What is this condition here? Address equal to USA and salary either one of these, 5,000 or 1,000. So now here, okay, so this is what it is, a where clause. It go to first record. In the first record, what is the address? USA. In the first record, address is USA, guys, and salary is a 5450. So here the fact is, you see that which clause will process first, and or are. Which operator will process first? Which operator means which conditions will process? The AND operator, these two conditions will process first. The AND operator will process first. That means the conditions in the AND it will process. So let me go back to our previous class notes. And in this previous class notes, we have added the priority of the logical operators. First you see that AND operator will come, and then OR operator will come. So this is what the order of the evaluation. First open and close parentheses, and then NOT operator, AND operator, OR operator. So now in the similar way, in these conditions, when it is evaluating the conditions, first AND operator will be evaluated first. That means these two conditions, this one and this one will be evaluated. You see that here USA equal to USA, that is true, and 5450 equal to 5000, that is false. So true and false, that is false. And R operator will come now. R operator and 5450 equal to 1000. This is also false. Now false or false. What is the final outcome, guys? False or false? That is false. So like this, see that how these conditions are evaluating. First AND operator will evaluate its conditions and then R operator. This is what the precedence. This is what the priority. So now in similar way, the where clause will go to second record and apply these conditions on second record. In the second record, address is UK for second record. Who is that guy? That guy is Greg. And Greg address is UK. So now here UK equal to USA and 6000 equal to 5000 or 6000 equal to 1000. UK equal to USA, that is false, and 6000 equal to 5000, that is also false. False and false, finally that is false. Or 6000 equal to 1000, that is also false. False or false, finally it is false. So this is how these conditions will be evaluated while processing, while checking for the data. But later sessions, guys, when we are going to discuss in the indexes, that time we can discuss in detail how this where class will process the data, how this where class will perform the search operations later. So now here this is the third record. Where class will go to third record and apply these conditions. And finally it is false. And fourth record, this is also false. So now let's see this, guys. So I think this record will pass because the salary is 1000 and address is USA. Okay. And now here, so let's keep on go. Now here this is the ninth record. It will evaluate the conditions in the same way for the rest of the records. And one of the record, ninth record, so ninth record address is USA equal to USA and salary is 1000. So USA equal to USA and 1000 equal to 5000. This is true and false. What is that finally? This is false. True and false is a false, guys. Or 1000 equal to 1000, that is true. False or true. What it is? This is true. And similar way here, that is the 13th record is there in that result set. 13th record, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13th record is this one, guys. Happy. This is the 13th record. In this 13th record, the address is India, salary is 1000. Let's see that why this record is passed. Because see that here address equal to India equal to USA and salary equal to 1000 equal to 5000 or 1000 equal to 1000. Here these two conditions are going to evaluate first as usual. False and false. What is happening? False and false. This is false. Or 1000 equal to 1000, that is true. This condition is true. 1000 equal to 1000, that condition is true. False or true, final outcome is true. So that's why this the record with India, the record with this India and 1000, salary is 1000, that record also display. And this record also will display, guys, because this record will not display because the salary is 5000 and this is India, that will not display. See that now here this record is displaying. Why? What does it mean? How do we understand? How this SQL query is understanding these conditions? So let me put that note here. So SQL server is understanding these conditions like this. So the above query will return the employees whose address is USA and their salary is 5000. Display the records whose address is USA and salary is 5000. Otherwise display all the records whose salary is 1000. That's how it is understanding. Guys, here how this SQL server is understanding these conditions, display all the records whose address is USA and also their salary is 5000. So here first this is one criteria. Or else display all the employees whose salary is 1000. This is how it is displayed. That's why if any employees are there whose address is different countries other than USA, different countries, but their salaries are 1000, they are considered as matching. That's why they are displaying, those records are displaying. So let's see this. See now here either display all the employees from USA, address is USA and equal to 5000, salary equal to 5000, or else Display all the employees whose salary is 1,000. That's it. Irrespective of their country, display all their employees whose salary is equal to 1,000. This is how it is displayed. Okay, guys. This is how it is processing these three conditions. Just 1 minute, guys. So this is how it is displaying here, guys. So now, so how do we achieve our requirement? So that's where we are using parentheses. We are going to clearly defining SQL Server how to define then these three conditions here. So by using the parentheses, see that I am using this parentheses saying that so address equal to USA and salary either one of this. That's it. So let's see how this SQL query will be evaluated by SQL. What is the priority now? First, these two conditions will be evaluated because open and closure parentheses will come to the first priority because these two conditions will be checked. The where clause what it will do? First it will verify salary either 5,000 or 1,000, and then after it will verify address should be USA, and then after the AND clause will come. AND clause will process. That means AND clause means this condition and this condition will process. So now here first the conditions inside open and closure parentheses will be started processing. Let's see this, guys. The same SQL query is here. The same query with the same open and closure parentheses and QLP from class and then where class and then select class. See that here how it is going to start processing. So first these two conditions are going to start processing now, guys. The conditions inside open and closure parentheses. That's why we return other day the class nodes logical operators. We return that priority. See here. Priority first open and closure parentheses. Inside that open and closure parentheses, first AND operator and then OR operator. But in this case, inside this open and closure parentheses, I have only OR operator. So that OR operator will process first. So now here that is what 5450 equal to 5,000, that is the false, or 5450 equal to 1,000, that is also false. So false or false, finally that is false. So this is false or false is false now. That's what we discussed here. See that false or false equal to false. So now finally this is false. So but the address equal to USA equal to USA, that is true, and this is false. True and false is false. Similarly, it will evaluate the same way. It will evaluate these conditions on all the records. And now the ninth record. Ninth record address is USA and salary is 1,000. So 1,000 equal to 5,000 or 1,000 equal to 1,000. This is false or true. So one of the salary 1,000, false or true, that will be true. And address equal to USA. So USA true and true. Finally it is true. And now let's see that 13th record. How this 13th record will be evaluated? India equal to USA. That is address is India in the 13th record. Salary is 1,000. 1,000 equal to 5,000, that is a false, or 1,000 equal to 1,000, that is a true. So false or true, that is a true. But here India equal to USA, that is a false. So finally false and true. False and true is a false. See this, guys. First it is verifying whether the salary is 1,000 or 5,000. Yes sir, one of these salaries, then it will show true. But different salaries, see now the salary is 6,000, then it is showing up false. Address should be USA, but this is a false. So now finally this is 13th record. This time this 13th record is showing fail. So now that the same way we are going to see that one now. So let's go back and execute this SQL query. So in this case how it will be evaluated? The above query will return the employees whose address is USA and also their salary should be either 5,000 or 6,000. So let's execute. See now it is displaying only these three people from USA, salary is either 1,000 or 5,000. This is what, guys, we have the evaluation. This is how it will be evaluated. Okay, I don't know why I have this query. I think I can simply remove these queries. I don't know guys, but let's make it execute. But nobody is there with the salary 1100, that's why it is saying 0 rows are affected. Okay guys, so now here I want to write a SQL query to display the employees whose salary is one of these values, any one of these values. How did you write that SQL queries guys? Where employee salary equal to 1000 or employee salary equal to 2000 or R plus, we have to use R. This is mandatory. See now how we are using these conditions where employee salary equal to 1000 or employee salary equal to 2000 or any one of these value. That's the meaning of R operator. So now finally it is displaying there is only these are the employees. 3 employees are there 1000 salaries and 2 employees are there with 5000. But there are no employees with the salaries 2000, 3000 and 4000. There are no employees. That's why it is not showing. Okay. So no employees now, that's why it is not showing. And write a query to display the employees who born after this date and this date. So after this date means whose date of birth. In employee table we have that. In employee table guys we have the date of birth column. This is what date of birth column. In this date of birth column who born after this date. So that means where DOB born means greater than that date. Whose I want to display all the employees whose date of birth is greater than this date. Greater than this date means who born after this date. The old date is always smaller than the recent date. So now we have to specify the date with a proper format guys. Okay, do not miss that format. If you miss that format, it will not display the data in a right way. So first year and then month and then day. Let's execute. It will display all the records whose date of birth is greater than that date. That means more than this date, after this date. Okay, so this is what the condition. And similar way, write a query to display the employees who are not having any department. I want to display the employees who are not having any departments. It means whose department ID is null. See now here, let's see that some employees they are not belongs to any department. You see that here, some employees are there belongs to some department. This is what the IDs of their departments. All these employees are belongs to some of these departments. I think I need to change these departments details also guys, because you see lot of employees are there in a single department. Most of the employees I have to change that. That's okay for now. So I will do that change later. Okay guys, so this is what here it is. So there is so many employees are there. Null represents they are not belongs to any of these departments. How did you take out only those records whose department ID is null? So don't say that where the department ID is equal to null. We have to always write. So now this condition is wrong guys. This condition is wrong. So where department ID is equal to null, we should not write like this. This is wrong. This is wrong. If you execute this one, it will not show anything. This is wrong way of getting the people whose department ID is null. So we have to write that query like this, where department ID is null. Not equal operator will not work guys here. The equal operator will not work. We have to use the keyword is null. Is null represents. So that means whoever that values are showing up null, take those records. So now let's execute this one. See that it is displaying only the employees whose department ID is showing up null. See, this is what is operator guys, and we'll see this is operators again. So now write a query to display the employees who are having department IDs. I want to display all the employees who are having department IDs. It means that the department ID is having some value, but not null. Then we can simply say that where department ID is not null. If we say like that, it will come. But don't say that not equal to null. This will not work. When you want to specify the null, then these large comparison operators will not work guys. We should not write the condition like this or like this. We should not write. If we execute like this, it will not display any data. So when we are going to define the nulls, when we are going to deal with the null, then we have to specify is keyword or else is not null. If you say is not null, then it is represents all the employees whose department ID is not null, whose department ID contains some value. This displays those employees. So now here, this is what guys, comparison operators, logical operators and comparison operators. And let me walk you through that homework. For this, so I uploaded this homework also in the last session guys. Okay, now I have not uploaded. I am going to upload today. These are logical operators. So now let me open these logical operators. This is what the homework, guys, what we have. I want you to go through all this homework and I want you to write. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can just copy paste and tell me this line number, guys. Open this notepad file in a notepad plus plus. Open this file in notepad plus plus and tell me the line number. If you have any issues and if you want to, if you are stuck, if you don't understand the question and tell me the line number, file name. This is what the file name under line number. Open these files in notepad plus plus, then you will see the line numbers. If you open this same file in the sample notepad, we may not see these line numbers. Okay, I recommend you to use this notepad plus plus to display that, in order to display these line numbers, guys. Okay, this is what homework, lot of homework. I want you to go through one by one and write this homework. Okay, this is fine. This is what, guys, logical operators. Now we are moving on to other concept called, we are going to see in and between keywords and the is and the like keyword. Just now we saw the is keyword. Again we will discuss that is keyword today. So in and between keywords and the is and the like keyword. And tomorrow session we are going to start wildcard search operators. It's interesting class tomorrow. We'll see that. So now here in and between keywords, how do we use in and between keywords? We are going to see that one. Let me close this on this. Guys, I will share you this SQL query so that you can execute this SQL query. So you will see the same data, and I just updated this data, guys, because I don't want to see the same salaries. I want to see some different salaries in the employee table. Then we will do some kind of practice or something like that. So let me add this file to your class notes and I will share this. Okay, so let me put here today date 2021 7/26 EMP update these values. Okay, guys, so now let me close this. So now we are going to see how to use in keywords and between keywords. In and between, what is the usage of in and between? How do we use that? Okay, see that now this is the reason I used that one. See that I am modifying these SQL queries a lot. Okay, so many places. That's okay. Let me remove this. This is not required for now anyway. Okay, guys. So now here write a SQL query to display the employees whose salary is greater than or equal to 1000 and less than or equal to 6000. How did you specify? This is called range conditions, guys. Here write a query to display the employees whose salary is greater than or equal to 1000 and less than or equal to 6000. That means I want to display all the employees who have the salary between these two figures. So this type of conditions we can call it as a range conditions. So then we can use AND operator. See that now here, guys, this is not our database name. So now I am going to type our database name, or else you can directly change the Crystal Spiders. Our database name is Crystal Spiders Institute 7_02. Let's execute. Now we connected to that database. So now here, if I execute this SQL query, it is going to display all the employees whose salaries are greater than or equal to 1000 and less than or equal to 6000. See, this is all the people falls within this range. This is called range. Between this, any salary between, including 1000 and 6000 also. That's why we mentioned equal operator, greater than or equal 1000, less than or equal 6000, between this. So now see this, guys, this is the condition on ECL column, this is the condition on the ECL column. Two conditions on ECL column, but we use AND operator. So it represents its salaries from this value to this value, any one of the value between these two values. That's the meaning of this. So that's why we use AND operator. That's why we use AND operator. And when we use AND operator, that should be between this salary and this salary. Okay, guys, this is called range. When we are using the range conditions, we have to use AND operator only. So now here write a query to display the employees who born between this date to this date, between two dates. I wanted to see who born between two dates. So now here, whose employees whose date of birth in the employees table, whose date of birth is greater than this date and date of birth less than this date. That means whoever is born between these two dates. I want to display all those employees. So now see here, all these people, these people date of birth falls between these dates, two dates. So 1919 January 1st, this is falls between these two dates, 1999. Right. So like this we can specify. So instead of specifying the range conditions like this, we can also use a between keyword and in predicates without any confusion. So the between operator will be used to specify the range conditions. See that? So employee salaries between 1000 and 6000. Or else we can, this is similar to this condition, cell between 1000 and 6000. This is absolutely equal to this one, guys. Okay, just instead of specifying like this, we are using between keyword to make it very simple to understand. We have this a between keyword, guys. There is no any other difference, right? There is no any difference in a performance wise or whatever it is. There is no any other difference, but only the thing is here we can able to understand it somewhat very easy when we are writing that between keywords are. Ankit, I got some background noise from your side. I just muted. So now see here. So absolutely this one and this one both are equal. Okay. So that's where we written cell between 1000 and 6000. So let's execute this one. It will give same results. There is no, guys, in performance wise no differences, nothing. But only the thing is here. It's simple. It is somewhat very simple to understand. Cell between 1000 and 6000. Simple to understand, simple to write. That's only the difference. But in interviews, people will ask, if I write the query like this, with the condition like this or like this, which one is faster? We have to say both are same. Both will give same. Yes, absolutely. No difference in the performance wise. Both are going to give same. Okay, just only for this we have this between keywords and any predicates, just to simplify writing the SQL queries. That's it. There is no any other advantage with the between and the inner. Only that we can write the SQL query in a simple way. So now here this is what between this date and this date. So now we have that next in predicate. That in predicate what it will do? So we can specify multiple conditions with the multiple values on the same column by using in predicate. See this, guys, here. How did you write this SQL query? Just now we written this SQL query. So where salary equal to 1000 or salary equal to 2000, 3000, 4000. See multiple 5 conditions on the same column cell. But this is not range, guys. This is not range. Whose salaries are equal to 1000 or salaries are equal to 2000 or salaries are equal to 3000 or 4000 or 5000. 5 conditions. So for these 5 conditions we have to specify like this. Then it will display the employees whose salaries are equal to 1000 or 2000 or 3000, 4000, 5000. But unfortunately there is only the people salaries with 1000 and 5000 only. There are no employees with 2000, 3000, 4000. Okay, sir, how do we simplify writing this query? This is very big query. We are going to use in predicate to write this query. See that now. Same thing, guys, when we are applying multiple conditions with the multiple values on the same column. Multiple conditions, different values on the same column. Then we can use in a predicate. How do we use? This is where we can use. Where cell in, we have to say in one of this value. In one of this value. It's see that which one is easy, guys, to write, this one or this one. The in predicate is very easy to write. But when it comes to the execution wise, there is no any difference. There is no any difference during for the execution. When we write the SQL query with all these conditions, no difference in the, and with these conditions or this one, there is no difference in the execution. Performance wise both will be the same. Okay, so this is fine. So now here this is what, guys, if I execute this one or this one, both will give same results. See that? And this is also giving same results. So this is what in predicate. We are going to use in predicate when we are going to apply multiple conditions on the same column. We are going to use between operator when we are going to apply on the same column a range conditions from this value to this value. Anything it is matching from this value to this value, we can say that is range conditions. We can use that between operator for that. Or else we can also use these 3 salaries. Let's check it out. Is there any employees? Only 2 employees are there with the salary 5000. So where we can also put a single value also, no problem. So when we execute this one, It is displaying all the employees whose salaries are equal to 1000. That is equal to like this. Either you say like this or else we can use like this also. Okay, even single value also we can put, guys, in the with the in predicate. So write a query to display the employees whose address is India and UK. So we can use a in predicate in whose address in India, comma UK. See that whose address in India, comma UK. So that means no need to specify same column name twice. We can simply say that where address in one of this value, UK or India. See that? So this is all employees addresses are from UK. Some of these employees are from UK. Some of these employees are from India. So now similar way you can write that same query like this also, no problem. Like this also we can write that same query. So write a query to display the employees whose name is Greg and Miles. Whose name is Greg and Miles. So now the same column and the same column name columm we have put two values on the same column, two values. So we are using a F name. F name is the employee name column. F name is the Greg and Miles. That's good. So there are two people are there with the same name Greg, two people are there with the same name Miles. But they are not same people, guys. They are different people. See that their salary, employees are different, salaries are different, their department is different, everything is different. But they are having same name. That's only the difference. Okay, that's only the one here. So like this we can apply by using the between operators and the in predicates. Similarly we have other predicates, guys. Other operators, those are is keywords and like keywords. This is what we are going to say, is and like. So this is keyword, guys, we are going to use it to handle the nulls only. So we are going to put is when we want to specify null or not null. Just now we saw that. So write a query to display the employees who are not having any departments, that is who are not belongs to any department. That means whose department ID is showing up null, show me those employees. That means let's execute only these two clauses first. See the data, guys, here. You see that data here. So this is employees and some of employees their department is null. I want to display these people. Whoever the department is showing null, I want to display those people. Then we can simply execute that SQL code. So this is all the employees. Why we have nulls here, guys? Because when we are inserting this data, we have not passed any value for these columns. That's why it is showing up null. When I am inserting that particular record, when I am inserting this header, this record, I don't have passed any value for DEP ID column, date of birth column, address column, and M name, L name, and the EMP status. I have not put any values for these 6 columns. That's why these 6 columns are showing up null. If you put some value, then that value will take. But here we have not, while inserting, we didn't enter all the values for all the columns. That's why it is showing up nulls for some of the columns. So write a query to display the employees who are having any departments. Then we have to say is not null. Is not null means show me the employees whose department ID is not null. Not null means some values. Not null means some values. Any value that can be, so it is displaying all those employees. And write a query to display the employees whose salary is 4,500. So whose salary is equal to 4,500. Either you write like this or else we can use in predicate. But I think there is no employees, guys, with salary 4,500. There is no employees. So let me put here instead of 5,000, instead of 4,500, I am going to put 5,000. Okay, so now let me put 5,000. So now there is 2 people are there with the 5,000. So now I want to see the salaries between. Either you can also write like this, guys. Between this same value we mentioned. In the between we mentioned same value. Between 5,000 and 5,000. So that means it is this. I mean this is also we can specify. This is saying that between 5,000 and 5,000. It's nothing but 5,000 only, right? So that's the meaning of that. And now we have the like keyword. The like keyword is also will work just like equal operator. And you see that like 5,000. This is another keyword like, and we can talk more and more about this like on a tomorrow session. Okay. So usually we use this like keyword against character based data type columns. We have to use a like keyword to start using the wildcard operators. Okay, guys, these wildcard operators, that's what we are going to start, these wildcard operators on a tomorrow session. So tomorrow session we are going to use this like keyword more and more along with the wildcard operators. So write a query to display the employees whose name is Greg. You can write this same query in a multiple ways. You see that, whose name, where f name equal to Greg, or else f name is in Greg, or else we can say f name like Greg. So this is also similar to this one, guys, and this is also in a cricket. This is also similar to this one. There is no any difference, guys. There is no any difference among these three SQL queries. So now today we introduce this like keyword, and tomorrow we will see this like keyword more and more. That is what in the next session. Let's execute this one. It is showing up. Two people are there with the f name Greg, and this is also will give same SQL results, same results. I think I have to execute only this. I included single hyphen, that's why it is showing that error. So now it is saying that Greg, and it is going to give the same results. You see that how many ways we can write to get the some specific data. Okay, so this is what is keywords and like keyword, and we'll talk more and more about like keyword in the next session, that is on tomorrow. So tomorrow we will continue the class at the same time, and I am going to upload these notes, guys. You can download these notes and do the practice, and the homework, logical operators, that homework is very important. Please do that practice. Okay, guys, see you on tomorrow same time 7 o'clock, and we'll continue the class. Thanks for joining. See you tomorrow.